crowned the best team in Asia. Not just analysts are calling them that, but they are crowned the best team in Asia. That is such a rebound for this guy's career.
Truly is. Some of the best players in the game right now have had that rebound, that redemption arc. I think back to Rascal.
Yeah.
There's another individual where similar storyline has taken place, but Fearless might just be up there with him. We're about to find out, aren't we, as we see the game continues. Map 6, guys, remember?
Such enormously different compositions being run compared to the Shanghai Dragons semi-final against New York. Shanghai are coming out here with Echo Sombra Dive to try and break Torb Ashe from the Seoul Dynasty. I love this Torb Ashe pick.
It's an interesting one. The Torb Ashe is a lot of deterrence away from the dive, honestly, in itself.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they would opt to run it into this kind of composition, but now they built up the nano boost pretty early on because of all the damage. Unleashes it pretty early on here. Fearless is going to be hunting for a target. Will he be denied? Not quite. He's pumping in so much work. And I think Izayaki laid in the Bionade as well there, just for good measure, which really allowed them to open this one up. Arguably, Izayaki was almost with a solo carry performance there, and Shanghai Dragons, with seemingly no difficulties, are able to get a bit of a foothold here. Now, it's not over just yet, but at this rate, I don't think Seoul Dynasty can even touch.
No, absolutely not. They're miles away. And they're still going to stick with this Torb Ashe composition. They didn't get up to their ultimates. That first fight was a total wash for them. But the comp has a lot of poke damage. Now, Shanghai have options here to dive on King's Row. They can send people on wide flanks and deny vision. The Seoul Dynasty won't really know that they're flanking until they're already there. And Lip's getting close to this EMP. So there's still opportunities to win the next fight, even though it looks like Seoul have a massive ult advantage.
Bob is available for Fitz here. The dive comes into the back line. It's a bit of a reactionary ult as they use it. Bob just getting pooped over to the side, pooped all over the bloody shop, isn't he? Look at him go. Still firing away though. God bless him. And now Fled is on the high ground though with a duplicate off onto the Sigma, laying down the hyperspheres. Shanghai Dragons rolling forwards now with 4:20 on the clock. Counting down. They have tremendous opportunity to really set a fantastic time now on King's Row.
Fitz moves over to the McCree, tries to apply a bit more of a checking power to Fleder and Lip both. Bit better at being able to deal with the flankers, bit more versatile as well, less easy to be dived. But Lip still has this EMP. They won the previous fight without even needing it. So the combination of an EMP and a Bionade, plus the nano boost onto Fearless, will easily wipe the floor with the Seoul Dynasty unless Prophet's careful with his ult.
Well, that EMP bomb combo get a lot of value. Toby, I believe, caught out of position, will end up falling. Now Fearless just trying to build up as much cleave damage as possible, trying to get that primal rage. Now, I believe Izayaki did use the nano boost onto him as well, just to keep him alive. And Shanghai haven't won this yet, 0.01 meters. They're coming ever so closer to trying to push this over the cart. Only a couple of stragglers left on the cart. Indeed they are. Shanghai Dragons, after getting ruined, destroyed, demolished, seem to be in almost a record-breaking spirit.
Yes, a fantastic pace being set here for the Shanghai Dragons. They've revitalized themselves, and they are looking at this as incredibly winnable. Gesture has his supercharger here that should slow down Shanghai, but they're getting close to a lot of key ultimates. The ult cycle has been perfectly executed here by the Shanghai Dragons. Fleder can duplicate somebody. Lip's getting close to an EMP. Ooh, but that pick is huge from Prophet on the Echo.
Huge pick. Gesture's supercharger does fall in the end. So opportunities for Shanghai to maybe make this work, really still. Fleder using that focusing beam, but not getting any value, falling very low, and Fitz will bring him down. Still even trades, but got to think this does favor Seoul, given the fact that their spawn is just that closer. Shanghai have to play perfectly now if they want to try and close this one out. EMP collected. It's going to be used, utilized, applied to a bunch of members of the team, and Shanghai Dragons. Prophet, the last person left, just trying to contest this up, but taken out once more. And that is going to be a 3 minutes 31 time bank on King's Row. This is the same Shanghai Dragons that lost the first 3 maps. I mean, this is just absurd to think about this being the same team.
The turnaround has been spectacular for this roster. I mean, it's a microcosm of the franchise's history. Getting demolished for the first half of their history, and then turning it around and just looking like a totally different organization. You can think of those 3 maps as their Norton 40 first season.
Sure.
And then they win stage 3. Now they're looking like the best team in Asia. That's their performance here.
Of course, the difference being that Fearless wasn't part of that Norton 3, but he was part of the 40 losses.
True. He's really turned things around here for Shanghai. They look like a different team with him in. I think that a lot of the time, the internal communication of a team is unknowable, but there's got to be some revitalization to the attitude of the Shanghai Dragons that happened just after that halftime when Fearless came back in. I don't know whether he has a particularly leadership presence. I don't know who the leadership figures are in the Shanghai Dragons. It's difficult for us who don't speak Korean to be able to know that kind of stuff. But there has been a huge shift in their playmaking and how tight they've been playing, in their confidence. And it's showcased now. For them to be running a totally different strat compared to their semi-finals game on Kings Row as well, boggles my mind. How have they had the time to be able to practice all of this stuff? They're so well prepared on a variety of strategies.
Now, Seoul Dynasty, they're on the attack, but you got to think about what the Seoul Dynasty are thinking right now. They are so close to victory. One step away, but losing players like that is never ideal. Fleder, goodness me, man. What are you doing over there? Focusing beam straight into the back line. The damage being done, just applying it with the tri-shots. And I mean, the Seoul Dynasty did not stand a chance, but I just want to go back to my earlier point here. Think about what Seoul Dynasty are feeling right now. They are still currently 1 map away from closing out this series, a singular map. And Shanghai, they must feel like a completely different team to play against.
Absolutely. Just so much more confident than they were previously. These are map picks as well for the Seoul Dynasty. They picked Busan, they picked Kings Row, and they're getting demolished right now.
Nice little sleep dart down to Marvel will mean that it's going to be a free hack, a Bionate, demeched almost immediately. Nanabus applied onto Gesture. He's going to see if he can get the most out of it as he jumps onto the high ground, but the EMP is not going to connect onto too many targets, but it does deny the main tanks, but unfortunately Gesture cannot be denied. 2 kills for him. Primal Rage available as well if he wants to use it, but he's in a pretty good position right now to just take the perch, and he's created enough space for his team to win out the team fight and ultimately cap up this first checkpoint.
Not a great impact from Prophet again on the Echo, only 77% of the way to that ult, but Gesture with the nano boost carries that one forwards along with some great hacks from Fitz to set things up. But it's all about continuing this, and that is not a good way of continuing the momentum. As soon as he goes with the EMP, Lee Jae-gun, the rookie playmaker on main support, is there with the bash.
I don't believe what I've just witnessed there. Fitz's EMP getting cancelled. And that has given Shanghai another opening here, as you can see. They've gained control of this initial arch, this first section here where the car has to roll through. It's such a powerful position to defend from. Taking it away from Salt, removing the momentum as well by taking out the EMP from those individual plays of Lee Jae-gung. We cannot stress enough how important it is. Now Seoul are left wondering, why couldn't that have just gone through? Lip with the EMP of his own now. Wants to try and maybe utilize it. Indeed he does. Catches on to 4 members of Seoul. Let's try and take the 1v1 as well. Fitz will go down. Quick little beat down. Time for Seoul to try and answer back though. Prophet using the duplicate onto the Winston. He's built up a Primal Rage. He's going to start disrupting them, but that self-destruct is going to force the positioning of Seoul into a bit of an odd area, which allows the Shanghai Dragons to just capitalize on them. Still Lip falling though. This is a very odd team fight because it just seems to be never ending right now, Josh.
It does a little bit, but the Shanghai Dragons have been in control the entire time. This bomb might change things. Well, it forced positioning of Lee Jae-gun and they managed to trade the Brigittas. But Shanghai is still in a good position here. Fearless with the nano boost. Double Winston on the board for Shanghai.
Wow.
And Fleder getting way more done with his duplicate than Prophet ever did.
Hey, Marvel. What's going on there? Okay, Marvel kills Izayaki and Void as Void tried to remake. I mean, it feels like... Okay, Shanghai have been in control of this everlasting team fight, but Seoul are going to be the winners in the long haul because they are closer to the spawn. Their spawn is way closer to that car, which means they can take more frequent, more prolonged team fights at an advantage to them.
Yeah,
now
that's definitely true.
Seoul Dynasty are in a good position in terms of their ultimates as well, because they've got an EMP and a Primal Rage coming up here, which means Shanghai, they have to play aggressively. This is why Fearless is right up in their grill. The Primal Rage being utilized perfectly. He set up the position, the juggling. A little bit hard to watch here, but Bedosin finally does go down.
Great play from Fearless. Fantastic. That's exactly the kind of playmaking you need from your Winston. That's why he's been brought in over stand 1 to lead the charge in this reverse sweep. And my god, what a job he's doing so far. Seoul Dynasty still have a lot of ultimates to work with here. They should be able to capture point B. If they don't, it's a disaster. Lip's getting close to his EMP and Fitz is going to go for another one.
Fire. Okay,
if Lee Jae-gun could bash Fitz out of his EMP again, this would be a game changer.
Yeah, roughly 2 minutes remaining. That's what they've got. EMP comes out! Oh, Lip got his cancelled. Lip tried to use his EMP preemptively, but Fitz used his first, cancelled it. Great opening for Seoul. That is exactly what they wanted to try and make this work, try and make this happen. Shanghai, they back off. They realize we can't take this fight. It's impossible. We're missing our Sombra. That was our win condition. But now they need to go in. They need to contest this one. But is anyone able to do it? No is the answer. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. That's what Seoul have. And they are rolling this car towards the finish line.
They are pushing this one in deep. Gesture getting weak. Just seeing if they can get any kills. The sticky bomb into focusing beam combo from Prophet. And Fearless was just there, just a sitting duck waiting to be feasted upon. Great stagger kill.
I've got to give credit to these Sombra players on either side. We just saw the EMPs being used. They've already built up almost another one. I mean, Lip has his, Fitz is close. It's a difference maker for sure. We'll see if Shanghai can capitalize. Lip's waiting for it. Translocates forward. EMP going to be used. It's a proactive, bit of a defensive EMP, I should say. This gesture is going to be disabled during his Primal Rage, but now we see a self-destruct. A bomb initiation just misses the mark. Doesn't catch them in the little cubby. But now Shanghai looking to try and take advantage of the fact that Seoul's positioning was pushed too far forward, but it's Seoul who are the ones who are biting back. But Dosin brings down Fearless. No more main tanks. Self-destruct going to be utilized again. Not finding the pickoffs. Duplicate's going to be used. Prophet wants to try and build up an EMP of his own, and he's finally got it. This might just be curtains now for this defense. Connects onto a multitude of targets. It'll be a miracle if Shanghai are able to retake this one. It's going to take so much, but that EMP might have just turned this one into their favor. Fearless now with his own Primal Rage. I cannot believe how this team fight is occurring right now. It is chaos, it is pandemonium before our very eyes. Prophet now desperate to try and focus and turn this fight around. Gesture with the Primal Rage. He has found an opening pick onto Lee Jae-gong. It might be enough, but Lip wants to shut this one down once and for all. Fearless hunting for targets. He looks like a lost schoolboy in the field being bullied for his shorts. But Brett Fleder now moving over onto the Widowmaker, taking the clutch into his own hands. The headshot after headshot after headshot. I do not believe what we have just witnessed. The Shanghai Dragons are elite.
Oh my god, what was that from Fleder? He just hops into the spawn, whips onto the Widowmaker and pops out 4 headshots. You're not allowed to do that. That's clutch with consistency. That's bonkers. And they still have EMPs on the board. This is still a fight that teams can take.
And they look like they want to take an aggressive fight. Lip spotting the positioning. He has the EMP, but so does Fitz. Shield Bash missions. That is a critical error. Toby went for it, but Seoul are not out yet. They go for the counter EMP. It's an even fight as of yet. Prophet, he's going to clutch this one up. Gesture leapt into the fray. He's in the back line. He's causing damage. He's causing disrepair. And Prophet has switched over to the Brigitte. He built up the rally. His team have armor to work with. Surely Shanghai aren't going to clutch this one. Marva goes down. He sent in his own bomb. And whilst he was doing it, he was vulnerable. He was afraid. He was alone. And he will fall. I cannot believe what we are witnessing right now. Josh, the overtime has burned and it is finished. The Shanghai Dragons are evening out this series.
What on earth was that final defense from the Shanghai Dragons? There were so many moments where the Seoul Dynasty got into it. Fleta gets play of the game on Widowmaker for that ridiculous spree of headshots towards the end there, where he picks off Toby, then Fitz, and then just follows it up with shots again onto Badosin, and then a final one onto the pilot diva of Marvel. That is bonkers. What a finish to King's Row, and it takes us to our final map, Bren. This must be it. Actually, it doesn't even have to be.
It might not be it.
The next one is Assault. So this could still be a draw. We might get a map 8. Oh my, I'm not ready for this, Brian. I'm not ready for this.
I can't believe what we're witnessing. I actually cannot stress enough how ridiculous this is. So this is going to be Escort. It's not going to be Assault. It's going to be Escort. Still could be drawable in the most bizarre circumstances of the universe. It could still be drawable, but I doubt it. But
I wouldn't even put it past these two teams. But in all likelihood, a winner will be crowned on Junkertown, the most bizarre of maps for this final stretch.
I can't believe Fleta hit those series of shots to clutch that. I can't believe the series of events that occurred. I cannot believe Toby just missed the shield bash, just missing it, not connecting it onto the EMP.
Absurd series
just
of events.
Two ridiculous teams going at it, but I've got to give credit to Shanghai again. Their mental fortitude to come back from this is like nothing we have seen in quite some time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're potentially witnessing history in the Overwatch League. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're seeing a culmination of this series one way or the other. Don't go anywhere.